The old you has served its role in your story, and now it's time to write a new chapter. And what better time to do it than the new year? You can't embrace who you're meant to be whilst clinging on to who you've been in the past. The old version of ourselves has served its purpose, and it was required at that time for our growth and to protect us. It was supposed to be the foundation which you build your castle upon. So it's time to let it rest while you rise. The old version of ourselves was essential for our growth and survival, and you might not recognize it, but it could have been as simple as things like staying quiet during an argument, because your body or your brain wouldn't be able to deal with that trauma or that heartbreak that comes with all of that arguing. Or it might be as simple as you going to food for comfort, because that was your protective mechanism and your way of coping with stress in your life. But now it's time to level up and get out of our comfort zone and know that we are better equipped and we are wiser and more knowledgeable on how to deal with these situations, so we don't need those coping mechanisms anymore. Even though those habits once kept us protected and safe, they don't define you. So I remember when I was younger, I used to eat a lot because that was my coping mechanism to stress and just like a way of protecting myself. So I was a bit on the chubbier side, and it was just my way of coping with stress, and it just made me happy. But that was when I was younger, because I didn't know how else to deal with stress. I didn't know another way. So that was my way of dealing with stress. But as I got older, I realized that there's other outlets that you can do and other ways to deal with the stress. So as I got older and wiser, I realized that this is not a great way to deal with stress. And as I changed my brain chemistry and taught myself different ways of dealing with stress, I was able to navigate through life more effectively rather than going to food for my stress relief. So these coping mechanisms did teach us valuable lessons, but we need to let them go. They were a part of our journey, but it's not the full journey. It's not the complete journey. It was just laying down the foundation so that we can grow and build upon it once we get wiser and once we get more knowledgeable on how to deal with these situations. So these past mistakes and these past struggles actually showed us how strong we are and actually made us more confident in ourselves, because then we could see that we are able to jump over these hurdles, and it's okay. We will get back up, and we will get back up stronger. And from every mistake, every challenge in your life, you have only gotten back up stronger and wiser. So this actually boosted our belief in us being able to grow and adapt to certain situations. This really resonates with me because I went through a lot of challenges and struggles, especially with like people around me, and they were just like leeches and just energy vampires. But the thing is, I didn't know how to set boundaries then. Like, I had a lot of shitty friends in the past, and I was always the nice person just because I have a kind heart and I have a heart of gold, literally. But people just like to abuse that. So you need to learn to set boundaries. And because God gave me a heart of gold, I needed to learn how to set boundaries and not just let everyone come into my space. So without having those obstacles and challenges of having those difficult friendships or relationships, I wouldn't have been able to learn to set boundaries and have more confidence in myself. So that is why I would never change my past, because of my past, I am who I am today. And because of those challenges, it has made me who I am today. And I can stand strong in myself and know who I am. Whereas most of the people still nowadays, they don't know who they are because they can't stand strong by themselves, and they don't know what their values are, what their morals are, because they're sheep, too busy following everyone else in the matrix. And the thing is, when God is testing you with all of these hurdles, you need to realize that in every difficulty, there is an opportunity. There's an opportunity to tear yourself down or to bring yourself up. And the thing is, everyone's already rooting for you to fail. So why are you joining them? Why are you joining them and allowing them to win? You are stronger than all of them who are rooting for you to fail. So you better get back up as many times as you need to, and you need to persist so that you can reach the highest version of yourself, because it's always going to be you against you. You're not here fighting with anyone else, because everyone's life is different. Everyone has been through different challenges in their life, but you just want to concentrate on yourself and becoming the best version of yourself. And the only way you can do it is if you keep getting back up. Fall down 7 times, get back 8. You're a fighter. You're resilient. You keep going. You keep going and you keep becoming the highest version of yourself. You don't start going downwards and have that victim mentality. No, we don't do that here. If you do, get off my channel, because you're not welcome. We're not about the victim mentality here. We've only got the winner's mindset. And the thing is, the old you literally laid out all the groundwork for you to build upon. That is why you should be so grateful to the old version of you, because they laid down the groundwork so that you can build your castle upon it. It's the foundation. They bought you the tools. They gave you everything that you need to know to move forward, to move to the next stage of your life. If you're not willing to let go of your past and let go of those bad habits and those toxic patterns, how are you going to move forward? How are you going to build that best version of yourself? How are you going to upgrade when you're too busy dragging the baggage from the past? You need to be able to let go of it so that you can make space for the new. If your whole cupboard is full, how are you going to fit your new clothes in there? You can't. So you need to chuck out your old clothes and make space for the new ones so that you can actually see the new ones, appreciate the new clothes. So it's the same with your life. You need to chuck out the old so that new can come into your life and so that you have space for the new. Have you noticed when you let go of like the bad friends or the toxic family members or just the job that was severely underpaying you and they were bullying you all the time, when you let go of those things, God replaces them with something better. Why? Because you have upgraded. He provided you with the tools and you use them correctly and the way that you were supposed to use them. You need to think of life as literally a game. So you need to get rid of that baggage that's weighing you down so that you can fly, so that you can spread your wings. It's literally weighing you down. Let it go. These bad habits, like you overeating or you hanging around with bad people or you being with that horrible spouse or partner or you talking to those toxic family members, they are weighing you down. For example, if you stop overeating, God invites in confidence, happiness and health. But if you're out here overeating, God sees that you're not taking care of yourself. And those bad habits are just a habit now. It's not a coping mechanism anymore. It's just a habit. But any habit can be replaced. It can be replaced with a better one and you can drop that habit. It will just take a bit of time and persistence. God can't bring you what you truly deserve if you're too busy holding on to baggage that's dragging you down. So it's truly up to you. It's your decision whether you reach your desired reality or not. God's waiting for you to give it. He's got his hand open, but are you going to grab it? Are you going to reach great heights and grab it, or are you going to stay on the ground? The reason why we find it so hard to let go of the past version of ourselves is because it's so like familiar and we feel safe in that. So it's basically us being stuck in our comfort zone. And we all know that you never grow in your comfort zone. So it's time to get uncomfortable and step outside of your comfort zone. So get uncomfortable, because once you get uncomfortable, at one point, that space that you once found uncomfortable will become comfortable. And that's when you're upgrading to even the next level. And then you have to step out of that comfort zone and become uncomfortable again. So life is just beautiful. We're always growing if we wish to. So step outside your comfort zone, get uncomfortable so that you can live a life of like confidence and happiness. We stay in our comfort zone even if it doesn't align with us anymore. That is why we are not growing. We are not letting ourselves flourish because we're not putting ourselves in the environment that will let us flourish. We're stuck in our comfort zone, in just a little dark box. And the thing is, every time we get out of our comfort zone, we keep upgrading and shedding that old self and turning into just this more beautiful, majestic being that we're supposed to be. And I get it. It's the fear of like stepping into the unknown. You're stepping into uncharted territory and you don't know what's going to happen. Is it going to be good? Is it going to be bad? But the thing is, it's always good. It's always better. But we're stuck in, say, that bad relationship where we know it's bad for us, but we're just in our comfort zone and we're just used to it. That's why we stay there. But if we let go, we don't know, oh, are we going to stay single? Are we going to find someone that loves us again? Are we going to do this? Are we going to do that? Firstly, if you're in a bad relationship that's not mutual, like love and respect, then you should just get out, because you will find someone better than that 100%. That is like the bare minimum, someone giving you love and respect. And it's even the same as when we get rid of old friends that don't resonate with us anymore. We just think, oh my God, are we going to be alone? Are we going to get new friends? What's going to happen? We're stepping into uncharted territory. And that is why we're so scared, because we don't know, are we going to find new friends? There is like 8 billion people in the world and you think you're not going to find new friends or a new spouse or a new partner that's going to treat you better? Really think about that. Sometimes growth requires you to step into uncertainty and face a setback, but it's only going to be for your greatest comeback. It's not going to be easy to rewire our brain because our brain is so wired in those habits, in those behaviors that we do, in those toxic patterns. So we need to change our brain because it's on easy mode, and it just requires less effort to do those habits again, day in and day out. But we need to reprogram it. So it's going to take a bit of time. So you need to be patient with yourself. Nothing great comes easy. So you have to be patient with yourself. And once you reprogram your mind that this is not me, I don't resonate with those habits anymore, you will change your life. You just need to be patient with yourself and you just need to practice day in and day out. Where did that bad habit of you overeating come from? You didn't used to do that as soon as you was born. You made it into a habit. Where did the habit of you swearing all the time came from? You didn't used to do it before, but then you made it a habit. Where did the habit of like being in a toxic relationship come from? You made it a habit by getting into that toxic relationship. So all you have to do is rewire your brain and change the brain chemistry, which you can do. It's called neuroplasticity. So you can change your brain chemistry and you can change the way your brain thinks and reacts. You just need to reprogram it, and it will take a bit of time to instill these habits into your life. But if you're willing to put in the work, you will reap the rewards after. And every time you see yourself falling back into those patterns or habits or behaviors, then you just need to tell yourself, this is not me. I do not resonate with these things anymore. I'm in control, not my mind. And you just need to take back your power. Another reason why it's so difficult for us to move on from the past version of ourselves is because we have become like defined by the past version of ourselves. Like we do the same habits. Like say if you overeat, people will just laugh at you, like thinking, oh, you're going to go on a diet. Oh, you're going to join the gym. They'll laugh at you because they don't know the new version of you, and it's okay. They don't need to know that version of you. But you should know that that version is coming. You should have trust in yourself. You should have faith in yourself that you're going to reach that goal. You can show all those people that are rooting for your downfall. Or everyone sees you as that person that worked at this certain job, or the person that used to hang around with these friends. But when you sit with them, you don't truly resonate with them. So stop wasting your time and energy. Go find something that truly resonates with you. Learn from my mistakes. I used to sit with friends I didn't resonate with just because I felt like I needed friends and I needed company. No company is better than bad company or people that do not resonate with you. Stop wasting your time and energy and go focus on yourself so that the people that actually truly resonate with you will actually come into your life. And I get it. You have this fear of missing out if you stop meeting with your old friends or stop going to like parties or gatherings with like old people or acquaintances that you knew before. There is no fear of missing out if it doesn't align with your soul. You are just killing your soul from the inside and you're wasting your time and energy. So stop doing it. There is no fear of missing out if it doesn't align with you. The thing is, people only have the fear of missing out on something when they don't have a vision. They don't know where they're going. They don't have a direction in life. They're just like lost and they're just like following everyone else. That is when people have the fear of missing out, because they don't have a vision. They don't know where they're going. They don't have a direction. But when you have a clear vision and clear direction, you don't have no fear of missing out, because you know which direction you're going in, and anything that doesn't align with it, it's easy to say no to. And you need to stop seeing yourself as the old version of you. Otherwise, you're going to start having this identity crisis that you don't know where you are going. So you need to have a clear vision. So one homework task for you is to grab a pen and paper and write down in detail who you want to become. What are their habits? What are their behaviors? What is their mindset like? What are their relationships with other people? How do they talk to other people? How do they smell? How are their nails done? Their hair done? How do they dress? Every single thing about them. How do they smile? How do they talk? How do they hold themselves? Every single thing about them in detail. I want you to write it down so that you have a clear vision. Every time your mind is going stray, you need to hold yourself, anchor yourself in that paper and remember who you are trying to become, this new version of yourself, because it's inside of you. You just need to pull it out. You need to become so sure of who you're becoming that nothing else can stop you. No one's doubts, no one's words, nothing can stop you. You'll be unstoppable. And lastly, I know you be doing this every time you try to instill a new behavior into your life or a new habit or something good or something positive. You start talking down at yourself and you start saying yourself, oh, this isn't me. I can't do this. I can't, like, this is not the things that I do. I'm not used to this. It's too hard. All of these things, you need to keep your mouth shut. If you can't say anything positive to yourself, don't say anything at all, because words are spells. Literally, you are speaking negativity into your life. Why are you doing that? Stop speaking negativity into your life. If you have nothing good to say, don't say anything at all. Say positive things. Speak positivity into your life. If a baby's trying to walk, you wouldn't be like, oh, you can't do it. It's too hard. Just stop. No, you'd be like, go, get up. You can do it. You can do it. And you cheer it on. So you need to think of yourself as that child, and you need to give yourself that love and compassion that you would to that child, and you need to cheer yourself on until you accomplish the goal. Don't ever give up, and you don't stop cheering for yourself. You keep going until you accomplish the goal. Maybe it might be harder for you to do. It doesn't matter. You keep going, because if you keep going, then you know you will succeed. But if you give up, you're failing, because you've given up. So you're failing. You're accepting failure. You are accepting failure. Once you give up, you accept failure. Not God didn't want to give it to you, or the world didn't want to give it to you. No, you accepted failure. You accepted defeat. Why? Because you're weak. Only the weak stop. Only the weak accept failure. Only the weak have the victim mindset. We are not weak here. We are strong. We get back up. We are resilient. We keep going. We keep going until we are successful. Now that we've talked about what's holding us back and why it's so hard to let go of the past version of ourselves, let's talk about how we can step into the newest version of ourselves and the highest version of ourselves and accept it with grace. So number one, and this is the most important one, is to visualize yourself. Know who you are becoming. And every time your mind strays from that, or you start doing something that doesn't align with it, you bring yourself back to that moment, back to that paper, and you remind yourself, nope, this is the person who I'm becoming. This doesn't align with it, so I'm going to say no. So number two is identify these habits that you need to release and any emotional triggers. So usually something emotional triggers the bad habit. For example, when we're angry, we start swearing, or when we're upset or depressed, we start going and grabbing like the chocolate bars or the ice cream tub. So when this actually happens, the emotional trigger, we need to realize it and be detached from the situation and think, no, this is not what I do anymore. I'm going to do something else. When I'm feeling upset, I'm going to do something else. I'm going to color in. I'm going to listen to some music. I'm going to go have a bath. So we're going to replace the bad habit with something else. If you replace it with something else, it's easier to do because you used to say go and start eating when you're upset. But now you're going to go and relax and have a bath, which will change your mindset. Or you're going to go to the gym, or you're going to go take a walk. So you're going to replace that habit and do something else. Number three is create these micro habits, which will help you to make your journey sustainable. Instead of trying to take a big leap and a big jump and do these big changes, do these small changes every single day, because progress is better than perfection. So do these small changes which will help you to reach your desired reality rather than trying to take a big leap. So number four is practice forgiveness. Now I've made a video on this, so defo check that out after this video. But forgiving yourself is important because you need to give yourself grace and show yourself, I'm human, I make mistakes, it's okay, but we're learning from those mistakes. It's a learning opportunity. If you keep repeating the same mistakes, then you're not giving yourself grace to learn and you're not being smart about the situation. So you're going to just lose trust in yourself because you can't trust yourself to make the right decisions. But we need to see every mistake or every hurdle as a learning opportunity. And the last one, number five, is to be patient with yourself. This is extremely, extremely important because we need to give ourselves grace and the space to learn and to improve. It's not going to be an easy journey. If anyone told you it's going to be easy, trust me, it's not. Letting go of the old you and becoming the newest version is very hard. It's very difficult, especially when you don't have like supporters around you because they all resonate with the old version of you. But once you overcome this hurdle, you'll realize that you are more powerful than you could ever imagine, and you're only going up. There is no going backwards. You're only going up. You're becoming more confident, more sexy, more healthy, more just everything. Everything amazing will just be attracted to you like a magnet. You just need to remember that the old self was the cocoon, and now it's time to become your new self and spread your wings. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for liking and subscribing, and I'll see you in my next one.